Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Brewing Labs. My name is LevDev, also known as PhD Hansen on Twitter. Pretty much LevDev everywhere else, though. And for this one, we're actually returning back to doing deck techs, which I'm about as surprised as you are. We're back to this. Like, we just been doing the top 10 videos for quite a while. We haven't did a deck tech or an opinion piece for quite a while. So it's kind of great to actually go back into the deck tech. So for this one, we're actually trying out kind of a Bant token counter list that's mostly going to be featuring off some very powerful cards that came from the Bloomburrow standard set, which is both Innkeeper's Talent as well as Caretaker's Talent. Both of these cards have been showing up in multiple lists because they are pretty powerful cards. Innkeeper's Talent being essentially a Luminarch Aspirant, as well that can evolve into a doubling season. And the one that actually missed my top 10 list, which is Caretaker's Talent, which is essentially, oh hey, it turns out anytime you make a token, you draw a card, aka anytime you do the Sunfall board wipe, or anything that you use to make a token, you draw a card. Sure, it's triggered only once, but turns out that's pretty relevant. So, what we're doing with this list is we have a combination of both token generation, as well as counter kind of like generation or things that benefit with counters. Like, for example, we have the vampire that whenever you put a counter on it, you draw a card, essentially. That's kind of what we're doing with this list. But what I wanted to show off with this list, with the power of Innkeeper's Talent doubling season effect, I wanted to try something that essentially wasn't the Gagari mid-range. We're using this for the lethal Vraska's Betrayal Steam kind of like combo OTK. Now, granted, that is one of the best ways to use that enchantment, to be quite frankly honest, but there is also a wide range of planeswalkers that having a doubling season effect in standard is actually pretty strong. Like the one we're going to show off today, which is Oko. No, don't worry, it's not the free mana one that made pretty much a original Eldraine standard nightmarish. We're talking about the 4 mana Yeehaw variation that came from Outlaws of Thunder Junction, which has a ultimate that essentially makes it where it makes a token copy of every other non-land permanent on the battlefield. Now you see where this is going, why we have Caretaker's Talent in the list. We essentially can make multiple copies of Caretaker's Talent, as well as multiple copies of stuff that's on our battlefield, to essentially get a lot of good synergy and value to hopefully then win the game. We also are throwing Rin and Realmbreaker in here, mostly because the free mana Rin is actually a very good card in general. We're going to be showing off a game where technically I didn't did all the stuff with Rin, but our opponent was playing Gagari mid-range, and Rin, if you brew around it right with Innkeeper's Talent, is kind of a silly magic card. Especially when you get to the ultimate, to be able to play any permanent from your graveyard, your lands, your artifacts. Like, you're going to see some very silly shenanigans in the games today. For those who want to see my list, the list will be down in the Mossfield link down below. And, well, I hope you enjoy this return of some very janky shenanigans, let's just say. And boy, there are some shenanigans with this gameplay video. So, nevertheless, let's get to the games, shall we? Okay, let's see. Something tells me I'm going against dinosaurs. A pretty decent starting hand. We keep. Tiefling Wormwood, okay. Well, that pick your poison might come in handy. Okay, this is gonna be tricky. We'll draw a card. I'm not gonna lie, I forgot that this does not have instant speed, so... But still, for now, we are going to make our opponent sacrifice that. Welcome to Sweet Tooth. And I think we just played this now. Our opponent is definitely in the food shenanigans deck. Yeah, makes sense. I mean, yeah, we'll double block here. They will get a food token out of it, which will buff this, so we gotta keep that in mind. But we are getting ridiculously close to just... Not a Wormlet. If we draw into a Sunfall, we're probably just going to flip it immediately. For now, we're going to chump block here. And, well, we didn't, so... Yeah, we're just making some bodies. And what's the third mode of this? Block here. Block here. They are definitely in the making food mood. Lot to chew on. Okay, first things first, gonna play this. We're going to activate this mode just to draw 2 cards, essentially. 4 mana, draw 2 cards. Not bad in my book. There's Sunfall. So, yeah, I think here we just do, well, Because that would be 10. Nah, that's silly. Yeah, we should do this now. It was fun to think for a minute to be like, I might be able to eat a little bit of damage, but probably not. And for now, we're going to do that Sunfall. Draw some cards. Play our land for turn. Play Innkeeper's Talent. Opponent's just playing that for just to have a blocker. Buffing it up. That's an even Wormlet on top, which is pretty good. Yeah, I think here I'm just going to do this. We'll do this for now. And just hold it up as a blocker. We could have leveled up here, but I think I'm going to hold it up just to see if we need a chump block with the man land here. Honestly. We will attempt to take the trade. Let's see what they have on top. Cut down? We don't actually mind a cut down. If they want to keep that on top, be our guest. We're going to draw some cards. Oh, that's a good draw. Okay. So we play this. We play 3 blind mice. Yes. Okay. We're gonna level this up. We could play this out now, but I can't believe I'm saying this, but we kind of want to hold out on not playing it now. You see why I say that in about a minute. Or maybe a couple of minutes, depending on how long it takes for the opponent to do their turn here. Do you want to trade? I will gratefully trade. Okay, now time to show some magic. First of all, we're going to draw some extra cards, which, actually, that's perfect. Okay, first, we're going to play Jace. Because Jace with Doubling Season has a really nifty ultimate. Ultimate, until the end of the turn, whenever you cast a spell, copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy.
Fun begins.
So we are going to copy everything we cast this turn. Dust Legion Duelist? Copy. Caretaker's Talent? Copy. And it's a token copy, so it sees itself, so it's going to draw a card. Do we want a copy of Innkeeper's Talent, or do we want a copy of 3 Blind Mice? I think a copy of 3 Blind Mice. Though there is a world where we should have probably target a token we control, target a token we control. Copy a token we control. We're still at 28 cards, so we can do the drawing here. Our opponent's going to cut down that. Makes sense. This is what I was hoping for. What are we going to return with this? That's a worm. That's a human warlock. I think I could return the Mentor, actually. Okay, so they're going to remove one of our dudes. Makes sense. Okay, we make another token of this. We make a token of this. Oh dear. People, hold on to your horses. This is gonna get loud. We play Oko. We minus Oko, making a copy of everything.
Majestic creature, isn't it?
If we draw into a Wren, that would be kind of perfect here. No. But we can play Teferi.
Past is a puzzle. I'm going to solve it.
Then we just destroy this. We don't need Oko to copy anything. We are going to put some counters on things, though.
Would you like to see a magic trick?
And we could just ultimate Teferi now, but what I think I'm just going to do is create a token of, well, this again, draw one of the cards, just up Teferi, up to 14. That way, then now we can do this. Please choose one of your food or map tokens, opponent, and everything else goes bye-bye. I forgot, that also includes us. Oh no, wait, we're in the discard phase, you doofus. Okay. So yeah, we want to keep another Oko because comedy of that. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that works. You're a one tough cookie, opponent. Well. We're gonna make a token copy of this. Did we actually draw ourselves out? Okay, we can't draw anymore, but at least I can show off this cool trick. Okay, so Rin and Realmbreaker also has the doubling season effect on it. We can ultimate Rin. And now we have access to both our hand and graveyard.
The multiverse is at my beck and call.
Which is cool, but honestly, I think we're just at the point where we just finish the game here. Now, we don't want to target any of our card draw spells, or else we are dead by mill.
Just try to stop me.
So, we go in, swing for the kill. Or for the knockout. I'm kind of surprised the opponent did that to have an additional blocker, but... yeah, that additional blocker could have saved them, actually. But, we will take the win anyway. But still, seriously, how many... we had... 11 Caretaker's talent. Magic, you are a silly game sometimes. Or, no, wait. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We had 12 Caretaker's talent. Oko, as well as Jace with Inkeeper's talent, is a very silly case of synergies. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a decent keep. Oh, we're gonna get some frog deck. Okay. Pleasantly surprised on that one, to be honest. Bant frogs? Frog rabbits? Or is this just a rabbit deck that technically plays frogs to just essentially... because this frog is a really silly frog. In that case... wouldn't hurt to... get this bigger. especially if our opponent's going to be playing an upcoming Hop to It. Because I feel like our opponent's going to be playing a Hop to It. This synergizes with tokens. No, they're going for the Knight of Errant Oa's plan to get some draw. We don't actually mind that.
Hello there.
That's... Then we can use this turn just to play another clue token to draw a card. I think here for now we just level this up. Make it really hard to target this, so our opponent has a very good incentive to go wide. Okie dokie. That's some more rabbits. So yeah, definitely the rabbit deck. Okay. Yeah, we'll draw a card here for now. I mean, for now... Well, first... we swing in. Yeah, let's work a shot. Anyway, now do this and do the caretaker's talent to draw a card. Perfect. For now. Perfect. Play another rabbit, please. Thank you. I think here what I'm going to do... level up, level up. And pass turn. One, two, three, four, five. Yeah, I think we do it now. Draw a card. Play a land for turn. Draw a card. Sometimes a well-timed Sunfall will get the job done. Though I feel like our opponent should have been more on the aggressive, honestly. But still, bada beep, bada boom. Yes. Turn one, got the Sunfall. Yeah, I think we keep this. Oh, our opponent's doing cave shenanigans. Okay, this should be interesting. We get our little card draw with Novice Inspector. Our opponent's also doing Inkeeper talent shenanigans. This could just be Gagari mid-range, honestly, judging by that, pretty much immediately playing that. I'm guessing it's just in here for Graveyard Hate shenanigans, which makes sense. But yeah, this is definitely smells like Gagari mid-range. Which really now all we really need to do is draw into, honestly, one of our get losses, because once this levels up, we are in a bit of a pickle. Especially if our opponent has a turn 5 Vraska. Which they might. No, not going for the rampant. Okay. That's good for us. That means we gotta turn the Bereave at the very least. Yeah, I think I'll take the ramp. Tell me you have Vraska in your hand without telling me you have Vraska in your hand. Yeah, we just have to play this, sack this, and hope we get into Get Lost. You gotta appreciate a good top deck when you got a good top deck. Let's see, did they have the Vraska? Nope, they're going for the board wipe. Probably to take care of the second Beza in my deck. No, get losses. Okay, that makes perfect sense. Deal with the factor of the one thing that can answer their Innkeeper's talent. I mean, Innkeeper's talent is a good card, so it's understandable. Speaking of which... yeah, we gotta toss that. It's a good card, but not good for the moment. Okay, are they going to fully try to level up again? Uh-huh. Well, let's see if we're dead. Because we are probably dead. Especially since our opponent tried so much to level up. No! It's... okay! It's not the absurd shenanigans. But still, this is a very good play they're going to do here. They're going to ultimate Rin to make it where their graveyard is now... They can play all permanents from the grave... No!
My voice beckons to all worlds.
Was it until in a turn with this thing? Until your next turn? That's kind of perfect. We'll just block here. We're going to draw a card.
On to the next act.
Wow, so much graveyard hate. Lucky enough, we're not a reanimator deck, so we don't really mind it that much, but it is kind of one of those where it's like, gee willikers kind of situation. We'll play land.
my senses blossom with eternity.
Okay, they're hitting all of our utility lands. Fair enough. We're at least going to draw a card here. Now we're actually in a pickle, because now our opponent can just essentially... I do have to admit, this is clever. This is very clever, using Rin and Realmbreaker to essentially replay Soul Guide Lantern to essentially draw a card. That's actually really clever. It's nice to actually see a deck that's going just not besides doing the Vraska Ultimate and actually doing some cute shenanigans like this. And just to be frank, this is really cute shenanigans. Just...
Now I must step out of the shadows. Out with
Yeah, they're gonna draw their card. I mean, we knocked this down at least to a notch.
Must hold on.
Okay.
So many scream. Search past the walls of this realm.
Oh yeah, they just play Rin from the graveyard. Wow, Rin's being a very good card here.
Break free.
This has indestructible, right? No, just hexproof and haste. So yeah, we block here.
I'll find what I need.
Please, buy us more time.
Gigari mid-range. Still probably going to keep this game in, because it does kind of show the shenanigans of Inkeeper's talent with Rin and Realmbreaker, which is very good synergy. Especially with cool synergy they're doing with the Soul Guide Lantern to just recycle it and such. I might actually incorporate this in my deck. This is actually kind of a ridiculously cool synergy here. This is...
I am the nexus of all that is.
Okay, did they have the... Yep! Gagari mid-range with Inkeeper's talent. Yay!
Taste your own perfection.
Inkeeper's talent is just a silly card. Hello, y'all, and here is the gameplay lesson of the day. Make sure to do your math before you get too greedy, or else this will happen. Okay, 2 mana for... Bye-bye, Oko. Makes sense, so. Anyway. Let's make sure we do this right. Blue. Blue. Green. Generic mana. Play Oko number 2! Make all the tokens! That is so many cards. Oh, wait. Are we going to draw stuff out? Sometimes you just have to do the math. Also, we are keeping this game in. I mean, seriously. Look at this. Like, that is a lot. The shenanigans.